But I want to send over to my colleague, Alan Nosif, who is in University Heights this morning tracking the damage. And Alan, a lot of folks wondering, when will we be getting any relief?
Right, and luckily today the weather will cooperate for any cleanup. But the thing is, I'm tracking not just one, but two potential severe weather days this week. So today is a great opportunity to be doing some of that cleanup, and people will be out here. We're actually just right next to University Heights City Hall, and behind me, I'm going to step out of the way so you can see this big, massive tree. I mean, this is not just some tree branches or twigs. We're talking about big branches, nearly the entire tree. And in fact, the problem with a lot of trees across Northeast Ohio is that they're showing their age. One thing we kind of take for granted is that these trees live hundreds, if not thousands of years, and they all have lifespans just like we humans do. So this is a case of one of those trees that has had some sort of illness or disease, and you can see some of the parts of the tree. Again, it's not just one consistent branch. We're looking at some of those pieces that are on the ground, and I'm not going to get too close just because what if this tree is touching some of the power lines that is on the other side? Because this tree, and we're talking about at least 50-60 feet down that way, laying on the ground, laying next to some power lines. Because of that, it's important to be far enough away to stay safe, wait for the crews who know what they're doing to make sure that they're deeming it safe, that the power lines are not live, or that the trees are not touching the power lines. Really important, because we're seeing scenes like this not only in University Heights, but across much of Cuyahoga County, which still has over 10,000 power outages. At the peak, the state of Ohio, we're in six figures with the power outages, with the number of customers reporting their power out. This is what the Power 5 looked like, as we can take it to the graphics. At around 3:40 yesterday afternoon, arguably the peak, the height of these severe storms. The wind, massive. Mike mentioned that 75-mile-per-hour wind estimate in Geneva. That is what the Power 5 was suggesting, and that would be equivalent to a Category 1 hurricane, which starts at 74 miles an hour. So just wrap your head around that. These winds were ferocious everywhere. Where those yellow boxes were, those are the severe thunderstorm warnings. The pink box, tornado warning, just to the south and east of Brunswick near Richfield. There might be damage surveys being done across the area, not only from the potential tornado, but also from all of the other big wind reports we've gotten all across Northeast Ohio. These storms were powerful as they really start to gain their strength around the Cedar Point area, and they were just on fire. They hit a hot streak. They got all the right ingredients together, including the big wind coming off the lake, with the warm and humid south wind, that creating the big time wind that we saw across much of the area. Hundreds of reports from Ashtabula to the east, Sandusky to the west. Right now, we're calming things down. Power 5 is quieting down with only a little bit of light rain moving past Ashtabula and heading toward the Pennsylvania state line. So good news, no more rain for any of the cleanup plans today. Driving conditions should be okay, although I know there are some spots still dealing with a little flooding.